Okay, so Samsung has this exclusive feature called DeX. Basically, if you take any of their phones made the last few years, connect it to the TV or any external monitor, you're going to be presented with basically a desktop computer like interface. Um, Pretty cool, pretty underutilized in my opinion. I don't think they advertise it a lot. But for those of us, especially like me, who have been exclusively Pixel for going 4 to 5 years now, it's a feature that I wanted. Do I need it? Maybe not, but I wanted it. And that's been the case until I recently heard about the beta, the 15 beta that's out now, that allow at least my Pixel phone to get a version of DeX. Now, I don't know what they're going to call it because it's not fully rolled out. So after I get this up and running, one of the apps I went immediately to was LumaFusion, and this performed really well. YouTube, of course, works pretty good as well. Opening the app, while not quite as good as just a straight up desktop experience, if you had to use it, it's there. Next, I tried some gaming, and as the irony of my last video, Google had brought Clash of Clans and other Android games to PC, and you can have that as well with just your Android phone. Made sure I play a quick game, and it's pretty playable, pretty good. Again, this is really just happened on my phone, and it's just bringing an image to the external monitor port, and I'm just using the mouse, not really keyboard in this case, but uh, games like this work well. And while I don't have this on PC, I might say just as good, if not better. Again, there's no emulation. There's not a whole lot needed to get this up and running. It's just my USB-C cord and some HDMI. Whole lot of dongles. I give you that. It's a whole lot of dongles, uh, just to get all these experiences in. And yeah, this is pretty solid. Okay, next movies. I don't do it often where I can watch Netflix or Vudu, but I just plug this phone in and go to that app, and yeah, I have full access to my video library. Download and watch it again now on my PC, but on an external monitor, so that works as well. And now, if I actually want to get a more desktop look and feel to it, there are a lot of these launchers that are just for fun. I use this one that gives me kind of a Windows look to it, and yeah, it's pretty comfortable. You can see this start menu uh, that behaves like you see. Somebody would have came in, looked over my shoulder, and say, and they would not think that that I'm just connected to my phone, even though that's the apps are giving me the Windows version of these things, and I can even use the Gemini that's on my Google phone. Now, as far as games go, again, games. I'm not saying high frame rate, although that might be a setting. This one I debuted in my Android games on Chromebook, so I want to know how this would work. Now, for this game, I am using a controller. I thought that was important, and the game is pretty good, pretty playable. I didn't have, again, I believe I said this in my Android on Chromebook. As it was fine on Chromebook, pretty pretty good on Chromebook, but I think it's better when in doing this method. I want to play this game. I just want a bigger screen. Again, it's giving me good use of my Xbox controller. Now, if I'm now in this level, if I'm going to compare it to a regular PC game or a console game, and the game itself is not like high frame and all that. At least from what I can tell. But again, playable, fun. Not like a whole lot to it. Uh, Again, a much better, easier way if you are trying to get just Android games or just Android applications on a bigger display. So as you see, that is pretty cool. For a while now, the phones that we're carrying around in our pockets have been mini PCs. Plug them up, and voila, you've got the desktop. And for most people, this is all you're going to need. Again, when they polish this thing a little bit, it's still a little fidgety. Uh, I told you, I showed that you can put like a Windows launcher or just anything really to give that desktop look and feel. You don't need to, but it's just if you want something more familiar. Now, while this is all cool and all, I, while not a really big tech expert myself, I'm just thinking that Google could surpass Samsung in this category. Um, Even though Samsung DeX is way better right now because it's been out for years and they have more time to polish it, make it better uh, than what Google has. But Google, you already have a full fledged desktop, Chrome OS, and there's what was it? Was it Lenovo? It was like this pocket Chrome device, Chrome box that was literally the size of a cell phone that's running Chrome OS. There's enough storage in these phones. There's enough RAM to just run Chrome OS. I don't know if you want to let it run Linux apps and all that, but basically, the dream is basically for me is a Chrome phone. Plug it in, and I get Chrome OS on my screen. You tell me what you think in the comments below. You gonna test this feature? Samus Pro. I'll see you next time.